Okay, and then we go to the funeral is next. Let me check if there's any new gear. Sell loot and grass. I'm enjoying my drink here. What is it? How much for this Super Brawl Championship? How much this Super Brawl Championship ring go for on the street? Depends on the year. Let me take a look. He angles his cyber optics towards the ring and ponders a moment. The inset gems alone are worth 800 yen or so, but the collector will probably pay more for that year's ring. You want me to get rid of it? 1,200 yen. Alright. Done. I'll transfer the money. Sweet. I mean, I'm not above robbing a dead person for 1,200 bucks. Mr. Chloe! Welcome back, SCKC. Good to be back, Mr. Chloe. What's the latest news? I feel like I should be asking you. Word around here was that you were closing in on the Ripper when you last left. Dare I ask how that went? He won't be a problem anymore. I hope that means what I think it means. I mean, I'm sure he won't be a problem anymore. And yet your shoulders are no more relaxed, and you still survey the room like a man who has yet to return from war. This isn't over, is it? Not quite. A few loose ends to tie up. There have been complications. The Ripper may have been killing on someone else's orders. The big guy sighs. I was hoping this would soon be all behind us. The Barons has short memory, but for wounds such as these, it makes an exception. To see this prolonged, I fear for how it may forever change the landscape. I mean, that's alright, that's very philosophical of you. Gangs have already started to take advantage of the chaos left in the Ripper's wake, and that only serves to destabilize what semblance of order there was, paving the way for the megacorps to make land grabs and push poor Sinless further into the fringes, where the dangers are greatest. Sooner or later, even the Union could be threatened. A good watering hole always survives. It would take an army, Mr. Clay. Good thing the Union's got you then. Good thing the Union's got you then. Good thing we've got each other. Take care, CKC. What does that mean? Did the Ripper really unsettle the Order so much? I mean, he killed maybe a dozen people. Like, how many body parts were there? Maybe like half a dozen people? Why would that lead to the whole thing falling apart and then the corps moving in? Wouldn't the corporations move in anyway? Why would the... I mean, I guess... No, theoretically, like, there was a bunch of murders, the neighborhood gets a bad reputation, property prices go down, big money comes in, snaps up the cheap properties, and then gentrification, and the next thing you know, all the poor people don't have a place to live anymore. Yeah, I mean, I kind of get that. I just wonder if it would have that much of an impact, especially now that, you know, the killer, the Emerald City Ripper, is dead, and everything's behind us. If everything's behind us, I guess everything's not behind us. If everything's behind us, then it just becomes like a story. You know, it's not like the killer's still out there killing people. It's just, oh, he's gone now, we solved it, and everybody relaxes, and it's not a problem anymore. Who knows? Do we have more story? Dog Castle looks to be better rested and in better spirits than the last time you saw her. She's also clearly had a shower and a change of clothes. Maybe even some sleep. Her eyes are sharp when they turn up from her work to greet you. Welcome back, SCKC. Still all in one piece, I see. Most a pity for me. But I'll still take your money. Perhaps a full physical is in order. Or perhaps we call it a medical consultation. That's why I roughly determine the odds of your survival based on your professional proclivities. It comes with a lollipop. I have to pay for a lollipop? So what would it be? Actually, I'm curious how many patients you've lost over the years. Why would you ask that? Hey, how many people did you not save? Dr. Castle sets down her work and fixes you with a hard look. Yeah, you bet she does. Her expression normally falls in on an axis of varying degrees of indifference depending on her level of tiredness. But now it has shifted over to something decidedly darker. Is this morbid curiosity? Call it professional curiosity. A person ought to know the track record of their doctor. I didn't mean to upset you. A person ought to know the track record of their doctor. No, that's definitely gonna insult her. Call it professional curiosity. Well, it's not about your skills. I'm just wondering about how dangerous is this line of work. I'm not saying you did something wrong. I'm saying the runners did something so wrong that even you couldn't save them. That's what I mean. Then I suppose I should be equally professional and answer without judging you for asking. And I should not let it bias me the next time you fall under my knife. I mean, if I die under your knife, there'll be one more, you know what I mean? You don't want another one. If you're upset about the ones that are already dead under your knife, you don't want another one, do you? To give you a hard number is difficult. There are many who I would have considered patients that never made it home. And so I suppose one could say they died while under my care, though not as a result of it. Okay. But the number I think you want is the number of patients who died on my table. And that number is 6. Oh, that's not as many as I thought. That's a smaller number than I was guessing. You know, good job, Sarah. 6 who I was unable to save, spread across a 13-year career, and I remember each and every one, down to the smallest detail, including the moment where I realized I could do nothing more for them. Averaging 1 every 2 years or so. Not bad. I mean we're runners. That's that's not nearly as bad as I thought. This job isn't that dangerous. I would argue that 4 of those 6 were beyond helping from the moment they passed through my door. The 5th one died as a result of complications while installing a stolen piece of experimental cyberware, which I had cautioned against using. Alright, fair enough. And the 6th. Entirely my fault. I made a mistake. I can't claim I was overtired or inexperienced or distracted. I simply made the wrong decision and a young man died as a result. 1 genuine cock-up in 13 years. That's pretty good, Doc. You know what? I wouldn't let it bother me, although I can understand if you let it bother you. We all make mistakes, and hopefully we learn from them. Still sounds like a pretty stellar record, Doc. I'm sorry, Dr. Gaza. Yeah, I'm gonna say this one. Usually I don't pick the middle one. Still sounds like a pretty stellar track record, Doc. She picks up a tablet and resumes her work. Yes, well, will there be anything else? Yeah, one every 13 years. Pretty good. Probably better than me. I mean, probably better than me, Doc. So we're not gonna buy anything from her. The only things I really want is armor and guns. But I do want to talk to them about their backstory. Jianan stands stock still, his eyes closed and his face composed in a mask of stern consternation. But then a small snore escapes his nose, instantly shattering the elf's carefully manicured mystique. A clearing of your throat is enough to rouse the Talinsmonger from his meditation. He is standing? He is sleeping while standing? Ah, as you can see, I was watching your approach from the astral realm. So good of you to visit again. What might I do for you this fine day? So how are things in the astral? Always a curious place, the astral. Though a mirror world to our own, it is ever changing. I suppose the same can be said of our reality, but things of a transitory nature here on the physical plane can cause long-lasting changes in the astral. The barrens that we can see and touch records the past with bloodstains on the sidewalk and bullet holes in storefront walls. But the astral goes further, recording the emotions that accompanied these acts of violence, these events, texture, astral space. And just how is the astral textured these days? I prefer to deal with bloodstains and bullet holes. I wonder how people might act if they could see and feel what gets left behind. And just how is the astral texture these days? There's a great deal of fear and distrust. In some places, it is strong enough to impact the workings of magic. Oh, real? The fear and distrust are strong enough to impact the workings of magic. Oh, real? Can they manifest in something harmful? Dangerous? But enough of my doomsaying, you must have better things to do. Is there any way I can help? Never mind. The armor guy never has anything to say, right? He's literally just an armor guy. This Merceman has no personality, no backstory. Alright, there's no new gear. On his workbench, Buster currently has a mil-spec shotgun fully disassembled and its parts neatly arranged. He lovingly massages each piece with a microfiber cloth coated in some kind of gun oil or polish. Whatever the stuff is, it leaves the pieces shining brilliantly and pungent as hell. Got some catalogs just come in. If you might be interested in an order, I can get gear shipped overnight from the manufacturer. Though I won't lie to you, you'll be paying for the convenience. Otherwise, I got plenty of usual bang-bangs waiting for a good home. What do you say? What's the new hotness when it comes to dealing damage, Buster? Well, there are two schools of thought on the matter. There are those who swear by their smart guns and such, because they make the weapon more accurate and thus more deadly. Then there are those who subscribe to the bigger boom theory, putting all their money on the biggest and baddest rounds. Alright, basically either more accurate or more damage. But you ask me, it's all situational. That's where the real advances have come. You can pack a Panther assault cannon, but it won't do you no favors if you're fighting in a basement hallway. By the same token, a room sweeper might carve up your average pack of gangers up close and personal, but its range is a big limitation. Military life never taught me that. It was dealing to runners like yourself that afforded me this epiphany. You've got to be ready for anything. Well, I mean, that's why I take the assault rifle, cause it's good at range and good up close. Right? My assault rifle, if I didn't have the two drones and actually used the gun properly, there's like single shot aimed, and then there's also spray, which is less accurate but does more damage. So it's good long and short. Whereas if you take a shotgun, it's good up close, but it's not any good in a distance, right? On that note, might I interest you in some custom mods, perhaps some specialty grenades? Alright, let's see what he has. This is the same stuff, right? Although you'll notice that, man, the pistols are a lot cheaper. The pistols are significantly cheaper. Ingram's smart gun is a SMG, is that right? Shotgun, shotgun, shotgun. Oh, you can't own two of the same. Smaller than most assault rifles, it's just as deadly. Slightly more accurate than its competitors. You can't have two of the same drone either. Okay, well that's good to know. I was thinking maybe I should get another Stratios 9. But no, you can't. Let me just stick with the two attack drones. Alright, nothing right now. Let me talk to David Fry. Nothing right now. So we don't take a team this time, which I assume means we're not going to do much shooting. although you never know, right? Anyway, I'm going to go ahead and save the game, take a break. When we come back, we go to Sam's funeral and maybe see his mother come back to life. Alright, save, save, save. Oh, wait. Spend karma. So we're gonna spend one on rifle. And then I'm just gonna keep going with the intelligence and drones. What is this? Max patrols. Max. I can equip S-class drones. Oh, this gives you extra action points. Wow. Alright, well, we want to get that for sure. We want to get that so much that I might not take. What is that? Right. Increase to hit by 20% dead eye. You know what? I'm just not gonna take the rifle one because I use the drones more anyway. I'm gonna drones and then give the drones +1 AP. More accuracy, more health. Oh wait, no, more damage. More accuracy, more damage. Dodge. +2 AP. Alright, so now we're gonna just get my drones to move a lot. What is this anyway? Headshot? Reduce accuracy, critical hit. Yeah, alright, confirm. Alright, so that sounds really great. Extra AP. So extra action points. Now my drones can move 3 times per turn. Well, I get 3 shots per turn. That sounds great. Okay. Alright, save. And I will see you next time.